Welcome back to the Slime Diaries, anime review episode number 7. This will be the 12th, and to my knowledge, the last episode, well, they may be doing for the series, though I'd be open for a season 2, because I'm sure Crunchyroll probably get like really good numbers for this series. Oh yes, definitely, especially since it's just as popular as the parent series, that time of Recognize the Slime. Yes, it's a spin-off of it, but mostly put this is like the off-screen adventures, like the slice of life stuff. And people do like slice of life. Even if it's isekai, but people do like slice of life. I mean, there's not much action per se in these episodes. You look at action in this episode, it's basically a badminton match. Yes, a badminton match between Malim and Shion. This whole episode is basically celebrating the Japanese New Year, where you have Ryu giving the first speech, or his first calligraphy. This is basically a lot of standard stuff when it comes to Japanese culture. Basically, the best way to describe this episode is that it is basically just giving a advertisement of basically how the Japanese spend their New Year's. That's basically the best way to describe this episode. Like eating mochi, though badminton, that's not exactly a Japanese sport, that's more of an English type of thing. Now, when they had these guys with mallets, I thought, oh no, are they playing croquet? Croquet is it's a game where you have to basically like knock through like little rings. And you have to use mallets. And the game is played similar to golf, except basically it's one area. And you have to like hit through these little holes to get basically advancement, per se. That's the best way to describe croquet. But in the case of badminton, mostly put the way they play it here, they use mallets related to ping pong in order to play this. Now, I played badminton before. The one we used at basically we didn't have. We actually had sort of at my old house. We had a badminton area where we just had nets set up. We basically used like a small version of a tennis racket. That's what we use badminton, not these things that people associate with ping pong. That's mostly exactly what they do here. Except we just have Malim and these two basically just going at each other so much and stuff, causing a lot of damage to the air because it's so powerful. You also have Reem put out a Japanese suit, well, because the character is from Japan. So first you have the first visit to the shrine, a lot of prayers. Yeah, basically anything you expect from any anime that shows out the Japanese New Year, you basically have it here. The episode ends with basically Malim, who is going to sleep on the couch for 3 days. First in her kimono that she wears. Yeah, everyone wears kimonos, like all the girls wear kimonos in the episode. And then later on she's seen wearing like a skirt and a sweater. Yes, that's seriously, like she switched from wearing kimono to apparently, this is why Riri was been working. She's been sleeping on his couch the whole time. Though, like usual in the series, she's also been destroying a lot of doors. Yeah. Pretty fun episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now to give my final thoughts on Season 1. I expect basically this to do a second season because, well, there's still more manga. They only adapted chapters from the first 2 volumes, so plenty of room. The manga is almost just as long as the adaptation for the parent series, where it's like 100 frickin' chapters. So you got plenty of chapters to have from. Like, until they announce a season 3, I'd say probably the best time to do is now. Because the only thing upcoming for that time of Crimes and Slime is the movie. Yes, I'm looking forward to the movie. And I've heard that this is not adapted from light novels, but it's kind of canon to the series. Mostly, but it's kind of after events of season 2, which I'm looking, and the movie is going to be focused on Benimaru's long-lost brother. Yep. Now, my final thoughts on season 1 of Slime Diaries is that this actually was a pretty good series to get into. At first, basically, when I heard about the series, the dub had not technically been released yet. This was actually early this year when I got into the parent series. I knew about Slime Diaries for a while. I was going to get to it eventually, and then all of a sudden I hear, oh, they're dubbing it. Okay, so I wait to a point in time when I got a chance to, well, read the chapters that basically it was read just 2. I just simply just read to point 4, and I read like chapter 56, I think it was. And they apparently decided to skip a bunch of chapters, which was like 60 something for some strange reason. I don't know why. I have not really encountered any manga books related to Slime Diaries. Spin-off books, yes. Now, in case you're curious, those are other spin-offs aside from Slime Diaries? Yes, there is. There is Trinity Tempest and Wade's Monster Nation. Wade's Monster Nation is not very long. Each of the books are there's only about 7 books, and there's overall just a little over 40 chapters this one. Trinity Tempest, there's about the same amount too. And I definitely say both of these, you can get one season out of both series. And it does basically tell the series from these characters' perspective. In the case of Ways of Monster Nation, basically about a rabbit girl. I could see this one potentially seen for an anime, that one. Ways of Monster Nation is basically about a girl who makes a guidebook to the Monster Nation. That's simple what it is. And you can see all the aspects. You can see her witnessing the various like canonical stuff that relate to the series. Like the stuff happened to Shion and the people of the city that happened during season 2 that allowed Rimu to become a demon lord. Yeah, I would love to see that from their perspective. Yeah, maybe seeing the same things all over again, but it's similar in vein to what they did with Sword of Roria, or basically you can kind of explain that this takes place before this particular thing in the main series. You can have these two pretty much serve a very similar purpose to that. And the viewers could easily like pinpoint exactly when this is taking place just by looking at the damn thing. I mean, you can see it for Sword of Roria. You can see it's like a second season for that one. But JC staff has no desire to do a second season for that one. We do it for the Parent series, but not for Sword of Roria, who's got freaking 8 more books to adapt. Now, okay, this one I can definitely see him do it. Yes. How many more seasons could I see him take out of this particular series? I'd say about 3 or 4 more. I'd say we can get about a total of 5 seasons out of this series. It's really good. If you love that time recurrence of slime, you would definitely love Slime Diaries. And you will love this. Same dubcast. From what I can tell for the English dub, they changed nothing about none of the characters changed the dub actors. Everybody's pretty much the same. They do add a couple new characters to get more expansion to spin off, which is fine. But it's overall a really good series. I mean, it's only 12 episodes, and it's all dubbed. As of right now, it's all dubbed. And even though the series did come out last year, but I'm very happy I got into it now when it's all dubbed. Good job for me, anyways. Yep. But yeah, so for right now, until the series comes back, this is going to be it for this particular series. Now, my next video is going to be Comic Corners. And then I'm going to get to The Great Jaw when I'm defeated. Then Girlfriend, I'll cap it off anime-wise with Case Closed. Now, you're probably thinking, have I started reading Kabukuku's manga yet? No, I haven't. I've decided, because the anime is about to start really soon, I've decided to start reading Chainsaw Man, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far. I'm like, as this video, I'm 34 chapters in, planning to read a little more, and I think that the series was to come out this coming week. I don't think it's released yet. No, I don't think so. Let me take a look here about that. Let's see, the anime is supposed to come out this year. Oh, it's scheduled for October 12th. Okay. And here's a really cool thing. Despite the fact the series has not aired yet, they've already announced the dub cast already for this one. Oh yeah, definitely. They announced it for the main character, one of his boss, who he got a thing for. Yeah. And of course, well, yes, a handful of the characters have announced a dub actor so far, which is so awesome. Now, here's the thing. Do not know when. Like, this is something, though. The fact that they've already announced a dub for this one already. Normally, the dub usually comes out for a certain anime I get into, usually not long after the series comes up. Not when basically the series is just about to come out. And I do love the fact that a handful of characters have been announced as basically been voiced. Now, in case you're curious, who makes Chainsaw Man? Mappa. Yep. But I'm not going to discuss any more of it right now. I'll probably discuss a little bit more later. Okay? So yeah, that's it. Cycle review. Stay tuned for the Comic Corner, which you'll be something about basically discussing this one. Okay? Video. Bye.